Hello everyone in Accounting 121. My name is Rafael Nunez and here is my presentation on two horrible subjects, discrimination and retaliation. Discrimination. Retaliation. So, the first part of my presentation is discrimination, which is defined as the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. You may also know discrimination by some other words, such as prejudice, unfairness, inequity, or bias. But in the eyes of the law, it is discrimination from employers to employees. Now, retaliation is known as the action of harming someone because they have harmed oneself, otherwise known as revenge. In a legal sense, retaliation is the act of getting someone back because they filed a charge of discrimination because they complained to their employer or other coveted entity about discrimination on the job, or because they participated in an employment discrimination proceeding such as an investigation or a lawsuit. For example, it is illegal for an employer to refuse to promote an employee because he or she filed a charge with discrimination with the EEOC, even if the EEOC later determined no discrimination occurred. And if you don't know, the EEOC is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, a big player in discrimination. Here's a brief history on American laws of anti-discrimination laws. The Civil Rights Act of 1866, declaring that African Americans are now citizens and have rights previously reserved for white males. Although the law was originally intended to protect African Americans, it has since been extended to reach all races and sexes. Almost 100 years later, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits employers from discriminating against applicants and employees on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. This is the big one, because when you file in the EEOC under Title VII, you have a serious case. The ADAA, or the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, prohibits employers from discriminating from those who are over 40. And this includes hiring, firing, compensating, any sort of work-related activities. And it also prohibits them from retaliating against you for filing to the EEOC under the ADAA. Americans with Disability Act. If you have a disability, can't discriminate against you. To file with the EEOC, any person claiming to be aggrieved by an unlawful practice may file with the department a verified complaint in writing that shall state the name and address of the person, employer, labor organization, or employment agency alleged to have committed the unlawful practice complained of, and that shall set forth the particulars thereof and contain other information as may be required by the department. The director or his or her authorized representative may in like manner, on his or her own motion, make, sign, and file a complaint. It is important to remember that many of these acts require a certain number of employees to be employed under your employer. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 requires that employers have at least 15 employees. It is important to note that not all complaints need be in writing. In a recent Supreme Court case, an employee filed suit against his former employer for claiming that he was fired because he orally complained that the time clock was in a location that was impractical for him to don his protective gear before clocking in. The court decided against the employer for arguing that the complaint was not in writing, therefore it is not valid. So, what have I learned doing this project? What I've learned is that employees have much more power than we give ourselves. We have many laws protecting us against discrimination felt, and this discrimination may not be as you think of it. It could be an offhand comment, a certain remark, a certain attitude in the workplace, such as, I don't think that person should earn as much as they do. Oh, I've heard that secretly he goes to Klan meetings. Oh no, we don't hire reformed gangbangers. You know, he's very qualified and he seems to go well with her team, but I just don't think that he's physically able to do all the tasks that we need of him. So let's take a look at this underqualified person. Listen, you cannot file that suit against us. I won't allow it. You won't have a job by tomorrow. More important than any law or anything the government could do for us Discrimination starts with us as a society, and we as a society need to strive to be our best. So remember, if you feel discriminated against in any way, report it to the EEOC immediately and tell your supervisor. And if they don't do anything, contact a lawyer. And if that doesn't help, find a different industry, find a different job. Don't be there. You're better than that. You deserve better. Stay classy.